Take a look at this bag. How much do you think it would cost? What if I told you it's worth $50,000? Yes, you heard that right, because this bag carries the iconic Louis Vuitton logo. The name alone evokes images of luxury and premium quality. The brand's legacy is tied to Bernard Arnault, who was once the richest man in the world with a net worth of $211 billion. To put that into perspective, his wealth surpassed the combined fortunes of two Mukesh Ambanis and one Gautam Adani. But Louis Vuitton's journey didn't start with opulence. It began in 1821 in a modest French village called Antibes. Louis was born into a humble family. His father was a farmer, and his mother made hats. Life was simple, even without electricity. As a child, Louis spent most of his time helping his father instead of studying. At just 10 years old, he lost his mother, and his father remarried. However, life at home became uncomfortable for Louis. At 13, he left home and set out for Paris with dreams of success. The journey was long, over 200 kilometers, and he had no money. Along the way, he worked odd jobs to survive. Eventually, a craftsman took him in, teaching him to work with wood, fabric, and metal. These skills became the foundation of his first creations. By 1851, at the age of 30, Louis married and opened his first store in Paris. Two key changes at the time fueled his success. First, the rise of rail travel. As people traveled by train, the demand for durable, comfortable suitcases grew. Second, most suitcases of that era had domed tops, which made stacking impossible. Louis introduced a flat-topped suitcase design that could be easily stacked, offering a practical solution for travelers. These suitcases weren't just functional, they were of exceptional quality. As a result, Louis Vuitton's products quickly became highly sought after, paving the way for a legendary brand. Despite his success, Louis Vuitton faced challenges. When World War I broke out, Louis had to leave his shop and move to a shelter. After the war, he returned to find his store in ruins. Yet, he didn't give up. He relocated his shop to a busier area with greater customer potential. At 70, Louis passed away, leaving behind a single store. His business then passed on to his son, George Vuitton. George made an innovative addition to his father's flat suitcase, a virtually unbreakable lock. This became highly beneficial for travelers, offering protection against theft. George also noticed a growing trend led by Coco Chanel, who was introducing luxurious products like perfumes and handbags. Inspired, George decided to create handbags under the Louis Vuitton brand, resulting in iconic items like the Speedy handbag. He also designed the famous Louis Vuitton logo, a hallmark of the brand today. If Coco Chanel sounds familiar, it's because she founded the Chanel brand. The Louis Vuitton story saw its ups and downs during this period. In 1936, George passed away, and his son Gaston Vuitton took over the business. World War II posed new challenges. Gaston had to shut down factories and move to a safer location. During this time, Gaston faced allegations of collaborating with Nazi Germany to keep the business running. Whether true or not, Gaston continued operations in an upscale part of Paris from 1939 to 1945, claiming that without this move, the brand might not have survived. After Gaston's death in 1970, the business passed to his son-in-law, Henri Racamier. Though not part of the Vuitton family, Henri brought extensive business expertise. He began expanding the company internationally, opening retail stores in multiple countries and launching an IPO, allowing the public to invest in the brand. The funds raised were used to grow the business further. To scale up, Louis Vuitton merged with a major luxury alcohol company, Moet Hennessy, marking a new chapter in the luxury industry. Bernard transformed Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, LVMH, into one of the world's most luxurious empires, beginning with his acquisition of Christian Dior. At the time, Dior was in financial turmoil. Bernard restructured the company by selling off several businesses, retaining only key assets like Dior and Le Bon Marché. By 1987, he had turned the company around, generating $1.6 billion in revenue. Around this time, Bernard befriended Henri Racamier, Georges Vuitton's son-in-law, who hoped their partnership would help expand LVMH. However, Henri grew dissatisfied with the partnership and sought Bernard's help. Bernard devised a strategic plan to take control of LVMH. In 1988, he created a holding company with a $1.6 billion investment and began purchasing LVMH shares. He initially acquired 24% of the brand, later increasing his stake to 37.5%, making him the largest shareholder. Henri was outraged and filed a lawsuit against Bernard, but Bernard ultimately won in court, securing full control of the company. He then began acquiring one luxury brand after another to expand the business. In 1994, LVMH acquired Guerlain, a renowned perfume brand. Over the years, the acquired brands added Loewe, Marc Jacobs, Sephora, Thomas Pink, Emilio Pucci, Fendi, and many more brands to its portfolio. In 1999, Louis Vuitton's iconic 24-story building was established in New York. Bernard also set his sights on the Italian brand Gucci and secretly began buying its shares. When Gucci noticed, they labeled it a hostile takeover and took preventive measures. Eventually, Bernard sold his shares for a $700 million profit, ending the saga. Today, LVMH manages over 70 luxury brands and employs more than 500,000 people worldwide. Bernard believes that a luxury brand's longevity depends on family management. His 5 children hold significant roles within the company. According to Bernard, a true significant role was to create desire for the next 5 to 10 years. Becoming the luxury brand must create desire for the next 5 to 10 years, becoming the focus of people's attention and aspirations. This philosophy has cemented his position as one of the world's greatest businessmen and confirmed LVMH as a legendary brand in the luxury market. Louis Vuitton's journey began modestly, expanded slightly under George Vuitton, and grew further during Gaston Vuitton's time. While $600 may seem steep for the middle class, Bernard's goal was to cultivate a desire for luxury even among them. By offering a taste of luxury, he envisioned these customers aspiring to own more expensive products in the future. This strategy proved immensely effective, not only increasing sales, but also deepening people's emotional connection and aspiration toward the LVMH brand. If you enjoyed this journey through the history and success of Louis Vuitton and LVMH, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.